The subject of today's conversation is GameStop, FOMO, and everything in between. Now, as a trader who has seen 100 million short squeezes in my career, this chart in a vacuum isn't actually all that crazy. If you remember back in February of this year, I actually had a period of time where I've traded penny stocks for several weeks on a row, had some of my largest weeks of all time. The charts were very damn similar to how they looked now, which is how the first part I want to start this conversation off and make sure that we're all on the same page that 1, this is crazy. 2, this happens more often than most people think. I think one of the funniest parts about the whole GameStop saga several years ago is that people would constantly ask me about it and constantly ask about the move that it made and all of that, which as an outsider to the market is a very, very valid question, right? But even if you look back on the crazy run it had back in 2021, this isn't like totally out of the ordinary, right? It essentially went up like a 10x. It went from $10 to $120, and I think that's post-split, because I think in real time it traded up towards like 300 or something, or maybe in the after-hours session it traded 300. I don't know, right? But, right, these types of moves happen. Now, the reason GameStop is 1, going to be more publicly talked about, and 2, more painful as a trader is because familiarity, right? GameStop is a company we're all familiar with. Most of the companies that make moves like this, we have no idea what the fuck they do. There's some small biotech company out there researching Alzheimer's or something else. They have one phase of data that sounds really, really appealing, and for the next few days, they go wild, right? The difference is that we don't usually trade names like this. At least speaking for the vast majority of you on here. The vast majority of you on here trade the ES, the NQ, SPY, Microsoft, Apple. These aren't in the realm of what you normally trade, right? So if one of the million times that one of these other names, others, gets a move somewhat like this, people have very limited FOMO because it's like, well, what the hell? I was never going to trade that anyways, right? But when it happens to something like a GameStop or an AMC, the first thing in all of our human brains is, I should be in that right now. And for those of you who are in it, congratulations. I know one of our analysts signaled a swing trade in it. So it was a lotto, naturally speaking. For anyone who's in it, shouts, congrats. I'm happy for you. Seriously, I don't say that like sarcastically or joking. Like I'm seriously fucking happy for you. Badass. You knew the risks of what you signed up for when you took that trade. Not saying it was a bad decision. I'm just saying it was high risk. I take high risk trades. We all take high risk trades, right? That was a high risk trade that worked out for you. Fuck yeah. If you're one of the people like myself who did not participate in GME or AMC for whatever reason, right? Even though this tends to happen like 3 or 4 times a week with random other small penny stocks, because of the fact that 1, it's so discussed on social media, right? And because of the fact that 2, it's a household name that we are familiar with. We are familiar with something like this having happened in the past. What that will inherently do is shoot up our levels of FOMO as if we were like a diabetic, right? Like with insulin levels. I don't know if that's an accurate comparison, but as a person with a diabetic grandpa, I think I just phrased that correctly, right? Our FOMO is through the roof right now, naturally, because you know how many times yesterday I thought, it's probably going to 50, right? Even during voice chat yesterday, multiple times I was like, it probably closes high today and gaps up tomorrow. This is the way these things move, right? Did I expect 80 overnight? Probably not. No, to be completely honest with you. Did I expect AMC to go up to 13? No, I didn't. Probably not. Probably didn't expect that with you, right? So I'd like to make a few different notes here. 1, if you traded AMC or GameStop yesterday or today, amazing, congratulations, I'm so happy for you. 1, you are not better than anybody else or smarter than anybody else. And 2, please don't let it get into your head, because statistically, the traders who blow their accounts the most are the ones coming off of a significant win. So if you are coming off of a significant win right now in AMC or GameStop, just know, as amazing as that is, you are also now in the top percentile of people who have a likelihood of blowing their account. And it's not your fault. It's just the fact that you are in that category. Anybody who has a giant win like this automatically goes into extreme potential blowing the account situation, right? So for those of you who are in it, I still think it goes higher for a little bit today. I mean, purely based off chart structure, we probably go up towards that 13.3 on AMC. GME probably gets up towards the 80 mark, the pre-market highs. Is it worth it to trade GME or AMC if you're not already in? As of now, Tuesday the 14th. Probably not. At least for me, when a stock is extended the way that it is, like this, up from 20 to 80, I feel like I'm chasing it going long. Can it keep running? Yes. Does that mean it's a trade that I should be taking? No. Same thing with AMC. To be completely honest with you guys, these charts kind of suck. Like they're, let me rephrase that. Their weekly chart, like look at this longer time frame on AMC, right? We are getting a bounce. For reference, we're getting a bounce to like here, to where that line is, down there, right? I love any of you who are, maybe GameStop's different, but AMC is not from a chart perspective. I love you all who think it's like, it's going back to 700, stuff like that. It's just very unlikely. Just so you're aware, this is how penny stock charts look. Like if you look at GME, right? And GME, maybe it's shifting the trend here. Who knows? Maybe this is the true breakout that takes it up to, I'm not saying it's not. But what I want to be realistic with you all about is, as someone who's traded the BPTHs of the world about 100 million times, do these not look pretty similar? Out of nowhere, you'll get these random spikes up, and they usually almost always fade, right? This one, BPTH, was actually even goes back even further, right? Didn't this look like it was flipping trend here? Didn't this look like it was making that massive move? Look. I'm not saying this run can't happen for the next several days, weeks, maybe even a month, whatever the case may be, right? But GME and AMC are ultimately short squeeze penny stocks. They will return back to their normal form. That's the way these stocks types have moved. The biggest thing that I want to say for just today, because I know I've gotten on a lot of rants about that, right? And I believe rightfully so, justified rants. I'd like to name a few other things going on this week. Outside of GME, AMC, and the madness occurring, I've just checked over to the Discord chat for just one quick second. Oh, sorry, people are muted. Unmuted, thank you. Wow, they all muted themselves out of the back. Thank you for that. The chat is closed. Sorry, I did keep the chat closed intentionally just because I just wanted to be able to go on this rant without being distracted, but not trying to hold any of you back or anything. But thank you for the ones letting me know. But let's recircle. First few things we've covered today are GME or AMC, right? Naturally speaking, these are going to be things that are extremely FOMO inciting, right? Now, let's just take a hit off the crack pipe for a second and say, okay, GME and AMC, let's ignore those, right? What else do we have going on today? If I'm not mistaken, we have a Fed speaker that occurs 30 minutes into market open, one that will be market moving. We have CPI tomorrow, which again, will be market moving. We had some sort of data today, PPI maybe, one of the PIs, I don't know, where it caused a bit of a reaction. Right? And we now have an untested overnight low. And then in case all of that wasn't enough, right? In case the market just wanted to say, nah, let's add one more layer of trickiness to it. It's OPEX week. Basically meaning, right? Again, I'm not one to say that OPEX week is great or bad. Some of them are good. Some of them are not so fun. It's dependent on the situation. But if there was ever a reason to be like, you know what? I'm just going to take it easy this week. I just don't want to push the limits this week. I just don't really feel like going on tilt and doing something stupid this week. This is probably a good one. This is probably a good one. Right? It's probably not a bad time to step away for a little bit and be like, all right, you know what? I'm in a really heightened emotional volatile state right now. Maybe the best thing to do is just not anything at all. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is the first time in a long time I have genuinely thought about taking a day off because of FOMO. I've been around doing this for a while. I have a group. I'm here. You guys know me. I show up every day. I'm here. I don't like, I'm a people pleaser. I don't like to miss days. I'm thinking about it because I think that subconsciously what going on in GME and AMC might cause me to make some bad decisions on some of the other trades I take. Here's the way that these things can kind of creep in, right? And it's unintentional, but it's going to happen, right? Is where, let's say that I take a trade today on QQQ and I take puts to the downside because I am trying to target this overnight low down here, right? Well, the very first thing that's in my head already is, well, I missed like a several 100% play on GME, so hopefully I can catch one of those on QQQ, right? Trade starts to work in your favor. Trade starts to work in your favor. Oh, shit. I don't really feel like selling at my first take profit area because, well, did you not see how far GME moved today? God, I feel like I got to make up for that a little bit, right? Whether you want to or not, these are the subconscious things that are going to start to come into your head and affect your decision-making process. So I thought about it a lot when I woke up. I'm not gonna lie to you. Before I started this Zoom call, I've been battling demons, trying to figure out, okay, is it worth it for me to take the day off? Do I stick around for the first 30? Do I do whatever the case may be? Tomorrow's a travel day for me. I'm on a plane whilst the market opens. And Thursday and Friday, I'm at my sister's house. And just out of a politeness for, not being a dick perspective, I probably won't be doing voice chat because I don't want to wake her up. So because of those circumstances, I've decided I don't want to just write. I'm here. I'm going to trade. I'm going to be there to do this. Beware, if there was ever a day where I'm going to be very quick to, if I'm wrong, get the out of the way, or if I'm right, to just take my small R wins and be right, it's probably today, but day before CPI, so I'm not expecting that giant of a move. This GME, AMC stuff is messing with my head a little bit, right? As much as I know this is just another short squeeze, right? As much as I know this is a chart I've seen a million fucking times, right? As much as I know that stuff, that still doesn't take away from the fact that we're human, and seeing a stock that is blowing up on social media and all that, like, it's very easy to cause FOMO. I'm just going to be a little bit quicker on the trigger today to either take a position when I'm right or exit it when I'm wrong, right? So